Have you or a loved one ever experienced sudden dizziness, confusion, or a feeling of weakness on one side of the body? These seemingly small symptoms could be a warning sign of something far more serious: mini-strokes. Nearly 240,000 older adult Americans experience mini-strokes, or TIAs, each year, and many of these episodes go unnoticed. What if I told you that recognizing these warning signs could save your life? In this video, we're going to break down the 8 critical signs of mini-strokes that every person over 60 needs to know. From sudden speech difficulties to temporary vision changes, you'll learn how to spot these often subtle symptoms before they lead to more severe and life-threatening strokes. But that's not all. Understanding mini-strokes is not just about recognizing the signs. It's about acting quickly. We'll show you the fast method to remember exactly what to do if you or someone you know is showing these warning signs, potentially preventing long-term brain damage or worse. This video is vital for anyone over 60, caregivers, or family members who want to ensure they don't miss these potentially life-saving signs. Stick around to the end because we'll also dive into risk factors, prevention strategies, and the crucial steps to take if you ever find yourself in this situation. Don't wait for the symptoms to fade. Learn how to act before it's too late. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. What is a mini-stroke? A mini-stroke, also known as a transient ischemic attack, TIA, is a deeply unsettling event that occurs when the blood supply to a part of your brain is temporarily interrupted. Picture your brain as a vibrant, ever-busy city that relies on a constant flow of essential supplies carried through a network of intricate blood vessels. During a TIA, one of these vital routes is momentarily blocked, like an unexpected roadblock halting crucial deliveries. This disruption, though brief, lasting just minutes or hours, sends a powerful and alarming message. Something is wrong with the flow of life-sustaining blood to the brain. Unlike a full stroke, which can cause irreversible damage to brain tissue, a mini-stroke's effects are fleeting, and once the blockage clears, blood circulation typically resumes, bringing an end to the temporary symptoms. Yet, this brief interruption is far more than a harmless inconvenience. It is a dangerous warning sign that should never be ignored. For older adults, the risk of experiencing a TIA is heightened. Studies show that approximately 15% of people over 65 will endure at least one mini-stroke in their lifetime, a staggering number that underlines the critical need for awareness and swift action. The false sense of relief that accompanies the temporary nature of a mini-stroke can be dangerously deceptive. While the symptoms may vanish quickly, the danger remains. Each TIA is a red flag, a call to action that could mean the difference between life and death. For seniors, especially, this warning signals the urgent need for medical intervention. Recognizing the signs and symptoms of a mini-stroke is not just important. It is essential for protecting our loved ones from a potentially fatal, more severe stroke. In understanding and addressing the risk of TIAs, we equip ourselves to act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that we provide the care and protection that aging minds and bodies desperately need. The 8 signs of mini-strokes in the elderly. The first step in safeguarding your health against mini-strokes, or transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, is to embrace the power of awareness. These silent threats, often overlooked, can strike without warning, leaving devastating consequences in their wake. But by acting swiftly and understanding the subtle signs, you can take control of your well-being and potentially avert a life-altering event. So let us delve deeply into the 8 unmistakable signs of mini-strokes in the elderly, a crucial guide that could help you save a loved one's life, or even your own. Mini-strokes can sometimes present themselves in fleeting, gentle ways, making them easy to dismiss as mere inconvenience. However, these seemingly mild symptoms can often be the body's cry for help, signaling a greater, more dangerous risk. They demand your attention. By recognizing these early signs, you hold the key to immediate intervention, potentially preventing a full-blown stroke from wreaking havoc on an otherwise precious life. Every second counts. So, let's uncover the signs that can save lives. 1. Sudden weakness or numbness. Sudden weakness or numbness is an alarming and undeniable cry from your body that something may be wrong. This critical warning sign of a mini-stroke often strikes without any prior notice, leaving you feeling helpless and confused. It typically manifests as a sudden, unexplained heaviness or loss of sensation, often affecting one side of your body. The most common areas where this occurs are your face, arm, or leg, and the sensation can be terrifying as it forces you to confront the fragility of your health. You might first notice your face, once full of life and expression, feeling oddly heavy, almost as if an invisible weight is pulling it downward. The side of your mouth may begin to droop, distorting your features during even the most routine activities. The reflection in the mirror can be unsettling. One side of your face no longer mirrors the other, as if it belongs to a different person altogether. This sudden change can be jarring, creating a sense of panic and confusion. The sensation can extend to your arm, making it feel as if it's no longer part of you, weighed down by an unseen force. Lifting even the lightest objects becomes nearly impossible, your arm feeling heavy and unresponsive as if filled with cement. Simple tasks like reaching for a glass of water or holding onto a phone slip away from your grasp, turning everyday actions into overwhelming challenges. The cause of this alarming loss of strength is the result of a temporary, yet catastrophic, interruption in the blood flow to your brain. This precious organ, the command center of your body, relies on a network of blood vessels that carry vital oxygen and nutrients to its different regions. When a mini-stroke occurs, one of these critical pathways becomes blocked, depriving that area of the brain of the resources it needs to function properly. The result? A sudden disconnect between your brain and the parts of your body it controls. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. While these symptoms may resolve within minutes to an hour, the fleeting nature of the weakness or numbness should not be mistaken for safety. This brief window of time is merely a warning, a stark signal that your body is facing a serious threat that demands immediate attention. It is a momentary glimpse into the fragile reality of your health and a call to action to take steps before the situation escalates into something far more dangerous. What sets this sudden onset of weakness apart from more common forms of fatigue or discomfort is its sheer abruptness and asymmetry. Unlike the gradual weariness you may feel after an intense workout or the discomfort from an awkward night's sleep, the effects of a mini-stroke arrive without warning, targeting one side of your body in a profound and isolating way. The unmistakable one-sided nature of these symptoms serves as a vital clue. This is not just another bout of tiredness or soreness. This is your body's way of telling you that you are facing something that requires immediate intervention. When you experience this shocking, one-sided numbness or weakness, don't wait. Do not ignore it. Your body's plea for help cannot be taken lightly. Immediate medical attention is paramount to minimize the risk of a more severe stroke or lasting damage. The earlier you act, the better the chance of preventing further harm and ensuring the swift recovery of your health. 2. Temporary vision changes. Temporary vision changes can serve as a profound and alarming signal of a mini-stroke, an event that often unfolds with startling suddenness. The vision disturbances linked to this condition can manifest in a variety of unsettling ways, each more disorienting than the last. Blurry vision. Imagine trying to see through a foggy window, the world around you softened, indistinct, and hazy as if the clarity of reality has been stolen away in an instant. Double vision. This disorienting experience makes everything appear doubled, turning even the simplest glance into a perplexing and unnerving ordeal. What once was a singular, clear image now seems to splinter before your eyes, leaving you unsure of what's real and what's not. Temporary blindness. In the most terrifying moments, vision in one eye may suddenly vanish, as though a thick, dark curtain has been drawn swiftly across your field of sight, leaving you in an eerie, silent void. These troubling changes occur when blood flow to the parts of the brain responsible for processing visual information is temporarily interrupted, disrupting the way your brain interprets the signals it receives from your eyes. Your eyes themselves remain healthy, yet the information they capture is lost or distorted in the chaotic relay between them and your brain. For example, you might be engrossed in reading a book, only to find that the words before you blur into unreadable scribbles, or you might be watching television, only to see the screen fracture, the images splitting into multiple versions of the same scene. One specific form of this terrifying visual disturbance is amaurosis fugax, a type of vision loss that causes sudden and temporary blindness in one eye. It is often described as a dark veil or curtain dropping swiftly over your vision. These episodes, though fleeting, lasting only a few minutes, are incredibly alarming due to their abrupt and unexplained onset. The sight of this sudden, partial loss of vision can be deeply unsettling, even though it may fade as quickly as it appeared. While the vision changes may resolve in mere moments, their transient nature doesn't diminish the gravity of the situation. Just like the sudden weakness or numbness that can accompany a mini-stroke, these disruptions in vision are an urgent call for medical attention. They are not mere inconveniences but critical red flags that should never be ignored. Even if your vision appears to return to normal quickly, this brief disturbance is a powerful reminder that something serious may be happening in your brain. The fact that these symptoms are transient does not make them any less serious. They are a sign that your body is trying to alert you to an underlying issue, one that demands swift intervention and careful medical evaluation. 3. Speech difficulties. When a mini-stroke strikes, the impact on speech can be both sudden and deeply unsettling, creating a wave of confusion and fear that grips both the affected person and those around them. In mere moments, communication, something we often take for granted, becomes a battle. This alarming change manifests through 3 key, unmistakable signs, all of which can emerge without warning, leaving the person and their loved ones disoriented and desperate for clarity. Inability to speak clearly. Words become elusive, struggling to find their way from the mind to the mouth. The simplest sentences become monumental obstacles, as if a fog descends, clouding every attempt to speak. Even phrases as ordinary as "I need help" may slip away, swallowed by an invisible barrier. Trouble understanding speech. A cruel irony unfolds when the person can no longer comprehend the words being spoken to them. Even familiar voices may sound distorted, and sentences that once felt like second nature now appear foreign and incomprehensible. It's a feeling of isolation, as though you're trapped in a world where communication is no longer a bridge, but a barrier. Slurred or jumbled speech. When trying to speak, the words seem to tumble out in a muddled mess, as if you're speaking through a mouthful of marbles. What was once clear and concise turns into a confusing jumble, leaving others to strain to understand and the speaker helpless in their struggle. It's a humbling experience, as if your very ability to connect with those around you is slipping through your fingers. These speech difficulties occur when the mini-stroke interrupts the blood supply to the language centers of the brain, temporarily shutting down the delicate processes that allow us to communicate. Imagine the overwhelming frustration of trying to express something as simple as "I'm okay," but instead hearing your voice come out fractured and unintelligible. It's as if your body has betrayed you, and the loss of control over your words sends a clear message: something is wrong. As the stroke robs the brain of its normal function, understanding others becomes a foreign experience too. Words that once felt comforting and familiar now sound like gibberish, disconnected from their meaning. In the moments of confusion, it's almost as though you've been transported to a place where language itself has turned its back on you. This condition, known as aphasia, creates a temporary but overwhelming disruption in how the brain processes language, both in speaking and understanding. For instance, during an otherwise normal conversation, you might suddenly hear your loved one's words like a distant language you no longer recognize, even though your hearing is perfectly intact. What makes these speech changes so frightening and distinctive is how they emerge abruptly. Unlike typical communication difficulties caused by fatigue or distraction, they strike suddenly and fiercely, affecting even the most basic aspects of language, skills that we rarely think about, yet rely on constantly. This isn't the mere challenge of recalling a name or phrase. This is the core of communication itself being altered in an instant. Even if these symptoms are fleeting, disappearing after only a few minutes, they should never be dismissed. Their sudden onset is a cry for help, an unmistakable warning that something is happening deep within your brain. The fleeting return of normal speech is not a sign that the danger has passed. On the contrary, it's a rare and critical opportunity, one that requires swift, decisive medical intervention to prevent a far more serious stroke from taking its toll. The fleeting return of clarity is the brain's subtle way of telling you that this moment, this second, is the time to act before the window of opportunity closes. 4. Confusion. Imagine, one moment you are moving through your day with ease, and in the next, a sudden, jarring wave of confusion sweeps over you. It is not the usual forgetfulness that comes with age or fatigue. No, this is something far more disorienting, far more frightening. A mini-stroke can arrive like an unexpected storm, leaving you feeling mentally lost and disoriented in your world. The clarity that once filled your mind dissolves in an instant, and your thoughts become clouded, swirling in a haze that you cannot escape. You may struggle to think, to make sense of simple tasks, or even to recognize the familiar place where you are. Where you once felt grounded, you are now adrift in a sea of uncertainty, unable to orient yourself. It's an experience that shocks your very sense of self. Simple things you've done for years without a second thought, suddenly become insurmountable. Take, for example, the act of making breakfast, something as routine as breathing for many. Yet in the grip of a mini-stroke, the familiar seems foreign. You stand in your kitchen, unable to recall how to brew your morning coffee or even where you keep your favorite mug. The cabinet that should hold your cups is now a mystery, as if the space itself has transformed into something unrecognizable. This terrifying confusion often goes unnoticed or is misjudged by others as nothing more than a side effect of aging or tiredness. But there is a profound and undeniable difference. The changes in memory that accompany aging unfold slowly, over time, like the quiet erosion of a steady riverbank. But a mini-stroke that's a brutal jolt, a violent interruption, a flick of a switch that suddenly alters everything. Your mind, once a smooth-running system, is now temporarily frozen, its processes disrupted, its clarity stolen in an instant. Imagine your brain as a well-oiled machine, running effortlessly day in and day out. Aging might cause it to run a little slower, but a mini-stroke is like ripping the gears from their place without warning, leaving everything frozen in a moment of paralyzing confusion. This mental fog does not arise without reason. It happens because, for a short time, a part of your brain loses its precious supply of blood, leaving it unable to function as it should. This disruption, while temporary in most cases, carries a deep and serious message about the health of your brain. It's a warning sign, a cry for help from within. Just as chest pain signals an underlying heart issue, sudden confusion is your brain's distress signal, indicating that something is wrong with its circulation and requiring urgent medical attention. Don't ignore it. It is a call that cannot be ignored if you wish to preserve the clarity and vitality of your mind. 5. Feeling dizzy or loss of balance. Dizziness or a sudden loss of balance is not just an inconvenience. It can be a life-altering red flag, a stark and often terrifying warning of a mini-stroke. This isn't your typical, harmless lightheadedness from standing up too quickly. No, this dizziness strikes out of nowhere, uninvited, and it's as if the very ground beneath your feet betrays you. The world around you might begin to spin, or you might feel as though you're walking on unstable ground, like a ship caught in a violent storm. Your legs may feel weak and wobbly like they're made of rubber, and every step you take feels laborious, as if you're pushing through the thick, invisible fog. The sensation of imbalance can become so overwhelming that even standing still feels precarious, like you might lose your footing at any moment. This sudden and unsettling loss of stability happens when the parts of your brain that control coordination and balance are affected by the lack of blood flow, a hallmark of a mini-stroke. Your brain, which normally processes signals from your inner ear, eyes, and body, is thrown into disarray, unable to communicate effectively with the rest of your body. What was once a smooth automatic system of keeping you grounded and steady becomes a chaotic mess, throwing you off kilter and making even the simplest movements feel impossible. Imagine walking down a hallway you've known for years, when, without warning, everything around you tilts sideways, your body rebelling against the movement you command. Or picture standing in your kitchen, preparing a meal, when a sudden wave of unsteady dizziness knocks the breath from you, forcing you to clutch the counter desperately as if your very life depends on it. Unlike the typical dizziness that comes with dehydration or a sudden shift in position, this type is far more ominous. It doesn't ask for permission, doesn't give a clue, and arrives without warning, often accompanied by other distressing symptoms like vision disturbances or numbness. Even if the symptoms fade after a few minutes or hours, it's a clear message from your body that something is wrong. The temporary relief may provide a false sense of comfort, but it's important to recognize that this is a critical moment, one that requires immediate attention. Your body is trying to tell you something important, something that could change the course of your health, and it's urging you to act swiftly. A mini-stroke is not something to ignore, and seeking medical attention as soon as possible could make all the difference in your recovery and well-being. 6. Severe headaches. Severe headaches tied to mini-strokes are nothing short of harrowing and starkly different from the familiar ache of a typical headache or the pulsating throb of a migraine. They come on with terrifying swiftness and intensity, often described as the worst pain one could ever imagine, unlike any headache you've experienced before. Imagine going about your day, feeling perfectly fine, and then, without warning, an excruciating pain crashes over you, hitting like a sudden, merciless wave. This intense agony isn't gradual. It reaches its peak almost instantly, sending shockwaves through your head, and leaving you breathless and disoriented. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. What makes these headaches so alarming is their root cause. Mini-strokes trigger sudden, dramatic changes in the blood flow to your brain, creating an unbearable pressure that manifests in this searing, sharp, and piercing pain. Unlike the dull, constant ache of a tension headache or the rhythmic throb of a migraine, this pain feels sharp, intense, and overwhelming, as if your head is being pierced by an unseen force. It's a pain that demands your full attention, often forcing you to halt everything and focus solely on the storm raging inside your head. While not every mini-stroke is accompanied by such a headache, when one strikes, it is a clear and urgent signal that something is wrong within your brain. This severe headache acts as your body's alarm system, desperately calling out to you that something is disrupting the delicate balance of your brain's blood circulation. Even if the headache begins to subside after a few minutes, its sudden onset, combined with other troubling signs such as dizziness, blurred vision, or slurred speech, should never be dismissed. It is a crucial red flag that cannot be ignored, for these intense headaches are not the ordinary, passing discomforts we all occasionally endure. They are an urgent, unmistakable sign that a mini-stroke is underway, and they carry with them the weight of potential danger, demanding immediate medical attention and intervention. 7. Short loss of consciousness. The sudden, jarring loss of consciousness that can accompany a mini-stroke is nothing short of terrifying. These fleeting episodes send waves of panic through both the person experiencing them and those around them, as they demand immediate and urgent attention. One moment, a person may be engaged in an ordinary task, maybe enjoying a lively conversation or moving about their day, and the next, they are overcome by a powerful wave of exhaustion or, even more alarmingly, completely black out. The stark contrast between this overwhelming sense of drowsiness and simple tiredness is unmistakable. Unlike the gradual and gentle decline into sleep after a long day, these episodes strike without warning, often catching people off guard when they are active or in the middle of a task. The cause of these terrifying moments is a temporary disruption in the blood supply to critical areas of the brain, leading to a momentary shutdown of the systems that regulate awareness and alertness. Imagine someone washing dishes, their hands steady in the water, when without warning, their body betrays them, plunging them into a sudden, disorienting blackout. Alternatively, they might feel their energy drain in an instant during a conversation, unable to keep their eyes open or remain upright, as though the very life force within them is drained. These episodes are sharp, stark, and frightening, far more severe than simply feeling drained from a long day. While it's easy to assume that these instances are just the result of exhaustion, dehydration, or low blood sugar, the truth is much more alarming. Unlike fainting from other causes, which is often preceded by mild symptoms such as lightheadedness or a sense of heat rising in the body, the onset of these mini-stroke-related blackouts or extreme drowsiness happens with no such buildup. One moment, everything feels normal. The next, the person is fighting to stay awake or completely out of consciousness, with no time to prepare. Even when consciousness returns within moments, these episodes should not be dismissed. They are not fleeting inconveniences. They are urgent, stark warnings that the brain is in distress and needs immediate medical intervention. The brief nature of these episodes should not minimize their severity. On the contrary, they serve as a loud, unmistakable signal that something is deeply wrong, urging you to seek medical help without delay. 8. Tingling sensations. The sensation of tingling, often referred to as pins and needles, is more than just a fleeting discomfort. It can be an alarming, often overlooked, and final critical warning sign of a mini-stroke, a silent intruder that can strike without warning. Unlike the mild, temporary tingling you might experience after sitting in an awkward position or sleeping on your arm, this sensation is sharp, sudden, and unnervingly different. When a mini-stroke occurs, it disrupts the delicate balance of blood flow to the brain, causing an immediate and profound shift in how your body communicates with itself. The nerves, once active and responsive, are suddenly confused, and in their disarray, they send you signals that can feel unsettling, almost unnatural. This tingling sensation can appear in an instant, like a lightning bolt that strikes unexpectedly, often affecting just one side of your body. You might be sitting at your kitchen table, enjoying a quiet breakfast, when the entire left side of your body, perhaps your left hand or arm, begins to tingle with an intensity that feels almost foreign. It's not a gentle prickling. It's like 1,000 tiny, invisible needles piercing through your skin, leaving a buzzing electric hum beneath the surface. It can also spread to the face, making one side feel as though it's being gently, but relentlessly pricked, as though something beneath the skin is alive with an unsettling pulse. Imagine talking on the phone, your words cut short as you feel the left side of your face. Your lips, cheek, and jaw suddenly overcome with this strange, painful sensation. The location and pattern of these tingling sensations are far from random. They serve as a clear and invaluable clue to what's happening inside your brain. While normal pins and needles usually affect a small area and can be alleviated by simply moving or stretching, tingling related to a mini-stroke impacts a much larger portion of one side of your body. This strikingly asymmetric pattern reveals the vulnerability of the brain's blood flow and how it affects specific regions responsible for sensory control. This one-sided manifestation is a glaring signal that something critical is happening, and it demands your attention. Even if the tingling subsides in a matter of minutes or hours, its abrupt onset and its one-sided nature should never be ignored. It is a cry for help from your body, urging you to seek immediate medical evaluation, as the threat of a mini-stroke is real, and its consequences can be devastating if not addressed in time. Risk factors for mini-strokes in older adults. As we grow older, the delicate balance of our health becomes more fragile, and the risks that threaten our well-being loom larger. Among these threats, mini-strokes, also known as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, cast a shadow over the lives of many elderly individuals. These seemingly small strokes often serve as a warning sign of more severe strokes to come, and understanding the factors that increase their likelihood can empower families and caregivers to take proactive steps in protecting their loved ones. Below are some of the most crucial risk factors that elevate the chance of experiencing a mini-stroke in older adults, underscoring the urgent need for awareness and vigilance. High blood pressure, the silent, unseen force of destruction. High blood pressure is one of the most insidious and silent dangers to the elderly. When blood pressure remains high for prolonged periods, it relentlessly punishes the delicate blood vessels in the brain. Over time, this constant strain makes the vessels more vulnerable to temporary blockages or damage. Imagine the pressure of a rushing river against fragile dam walls. While they might hold up for a time, the continual force eventually wears them down, leading to cracks, leaks, and, ultimately, a breakdown. This is the effect high blood pressure has on the brain's blood vessels, making them more susceptible to sudden interruptions in blood flow that could result in a mini-stroke. It's a slow, almost imperceptible erosion of health that can spiral into life-threatening complications. Diabetes, the silent destroyer of blood vessels. Diabetes, particularly when left unmanaged, is another dangerous adversary in the battle against mini-strokes. The condition doesn't just affect blood sugar levels. It slowly ravages the very blood vessels that sustain the brain. High blood sugar can corrode the walls of these vessels, making them weak and prone to temporary blockages. This is a gradual, insidious process, like rust slowly eating away at the metal of a once strong structure. For elderly individuals, the stakes are even higher, as the body's ability to repair and regenerate slows with age. The relationship between diabetes and mini-strokes highlights the critical importance of maintaining tight control over blood sugar levels, especially as we age. In this delicate dance between blood sugar and blood vessels, every decision about diet and medication matters. Heart rhythm problems, a heart that can't keep time. When it comes to mini-strokes, heart rhythm problems, specifically atrial fibrillation, AFib, can significantly elevate the risk. In AFib, the heart beats irregularly, which can cause blood to pool in the chambers of the heart. This pooled blood forms clots that can break loose and travel to the brain, where they block the vessels that deliver life-sustaining oxygen. It's like a murky pond, where debris gathers in still water, seemingly harmless, yet a potential disaster waiting to happen. The clot that forms might seem insignificant at first, but once it reaches the brain, the blockage can cause a temporary stroke. The fact that the clot clears so quickly doesn't mean the threat has passed. It's merely a warning sign that something is dangerously out of sync, demanding attention and intervention. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Daily lifestyle choices, the silent architects of stroke risk. The choices we make each day are not just fleeting moments. They are the building blocks of our health, and in older age, they become even more consequential. Smoking, for instance, inflicts direct damage to blood vessels, leaving them frail and vulnerable to clot formation. The simple act of smoking weakens the very structures that keep blood flowing freely, creating an open invitation for strokes. Similarly, a lack of physical activity and excess weight place unbearable stress on the cardiovascular system. The body's arteries and veins, already weakened by time, are further compromised under this strain, increasing the likelihood of blockages that can lead to a mini-stroke. A poor diet, especially one rich in saturated fats and sodium, contributes to the degradation of blood vessels, accelerating the process of vascular damage and significantly raising stroke risk. The habits we embrace or neglect every day are not merely routine. They are the quiet architects of our future health. A call for awareness and action. Understanding these risk factors is the first step in taking control. The knowledge of what increases the chances of mini-strokes can inspire families and caregivers to make meaningful changes, from managing blood pressure and blood sugar to adopting a healthier lifestyle. The good news is that many of these risks are preventable or manageable with the right interventions. As our elderly loved ones navigate the complex journey of aging, helping them make informed decisions about their health can be the most powerful tool in preventing mini-strokes and protecting their future well-being. The FAST method and taking quick action. When you spot the warning signs of a mini-stroke, the urgency of taking action cannot be overstated. Acting swiftly is the difference between a life forever changed and a tragedy avoided. The impact of your response in those precious moments can significantly increase the chances of preventing permanent brain damage. Medical experts consistently emphasize the critical golden hour, the first 60 minutes after the onset of symptoms, when intervention is most vital. This time window holds the key to sparing a person from the long-term effects of a severe stroke, potentially saving their life and preserving their quality of life. It is in this crucial hour that the FAST method becomes an invaluable tool, helping everyone remember the unmistakable signs of a stroke and the immediate action required to mitigate its devastating consequences. F stands for face. Be vigilant for any signs of sudden, unexplained drooping, particularly around the mouth, which might become more noticeable when the person attempts to smile. This sudden shift is often the first outward sign that something is wrong, and it demands your attention without hesitation. Stands for arms. If you notice that one arm is drifting downwards despite both arms being raised, this is a telltale sign that immediate medical help is necessary. It's an alarming signal that the brain may be losing control of one side of the body, and the situation must be addressed without delay. S stands for speech. Listen closely for any sudden slurring, inability to articulate words clearly, or an inability to speak altogether. Communication may become garbled or nonsensical, signaling that the brain's ability to process speech is under threat. This loss of clarity could be a life-threatening warning. T stands for time. It's vital to be aware of when the symptoms began. Time is your greatest ally in the battle to save brain function. Call emergency services immediately, providing as much detail as possible. Record the time the symptoms appeared so that the medical team can make rapid, informed decisions about treatment. Every second counts, so even if the symptoms appear mild or seem to lessen, never wait. Every minute you delay could rob the brain of the oxygen it needs to function, causing irreversible damage. When you call for help, stay calm, but be as clear and precise as possible when describing what you've observed. Offering critical details, such as when the symptoms began, will empower emergency responders to act quickly and effectively. While waiting for the ambulance, there are a few crucial steps you can take to support the person. Keep them still and calm. Help them stay as still and calm as possible. Movement could exacerbate the situation or lead to further injury, such as a fall. Reassure them, offering comfort through your presence. Avoid giving food or drink. Do not offer food or water. Swallowing may be impaired, and anything consumed could pose a choking risk. Gather information. If you can, collect relevant details, including the person's medications and medical history. This will help emergency responders understand the situation and provide the most appropriate care upon arrival. Stay with them. Never leave the person alone. Monitor their condition closely and note any changes, whether for better or worse. If new symptoms arise, share them with the medical team when they arrive. The difference between life and lasting disability can hinge on those first, critical moments. The FAST method is more than just a memory aid. It is a lifeline, ensuring that when every second counts, you can act decisively and swiftly. Options for treatment and strategies for prevention. When it comes to treating mini-strokes, the primary focus is on preventing future occurrences and minimizing the risk of a potentially devastating major stroke. The journey begins as soon as the patient arrives at the hospital, often feeling a heavy weight of uncertainty and fear. Doctors act swiftly, starting with detailed brain imaging scans to uncover any hidden dangers, such as blocked or narrowed blood vessels that may have caused the mini-stroke. These tests serve as a crucial step in unraveling the mystery of what triggered this alarming episode. Once the medical team has the full picture, they craft a deeply personalized treatment plan, addressing the unique risk factors that may be contributing to the patient's condition. Medications become an integral part of this strategy, working tirelessly to prevent future strokes from sneaking up on the patient. Blood-thinning drugs are often prescribed as the first line of defense, acting like a team of vigilant guardians, ensuring the blood flows freely and unobstructed through the vessels, especially those leading to the brain. These medications help dissolve potential threats, reducing the likelihood of dangerous clots. Additionally, doctors may prescribe treatments to control blood pressure, lower cholesterol levels, and stabilize heart rhythm irregularities, all of which are crucial in reducing the chances of blood clots forming and wreaking havoc on the body. However, medicine alone isn't enough. Lifestyle changes are just as vital, acting as the cornerstone of long-term prevention. Every small, yet significant choice can make a world of difference. Physical activity emerges as a powerful ally. It enhances blood circulation and helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, which are key factors in preventing strokes. Simple, consistent activities like a gentle daily walk, though modest, strengthen the heart and blood vessels, fortifying them against future risk. These movements, while seemingly effortless, act as silent warriors, safeguarding your future. Diet choices hold an immense weight in shaping one's health and stroke risk. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains becomes a protective armor for your blood vessels, while cutting back on salt and saturated fats shields the heart and keeps blood flowing smoothly. What you eat matters deeply. It's not just nourishment for the body, but a powerful tool to ward off the silent threats lurking within. Quitting smoking is nothing short of essential. Tobacco doesn't merely affect your lungs, it ravages your blood vessels, making them more vulnerable and prone to clotting. Breaking free from the hold of smoking may be one of the most life-changing decisions you make. It is an act of self-preservation, a declaration that you refuse to let your health be compromised. Regular medical checkups are a vital part of this ongoing journey. These visits are not just routine appointments. They are critical moments where your doctor examines your body's intricate systems, ensuring everything is functioning optimally. Through regular blood pressure monitoring, cholesterol checks, and a close evaluation of your treatment progress, doctors can intervene early, making adjustments to your medications or recommending further lifestyle changes to keep your heart and blood vessels healthy. These checkups are like pit stops on a long road trip. They provide essential care to ensure you're on the right path, making it less likely that you'll face another stroke in the future. By embracing these strategies, you're not just managing risks. You're actively reclaiming control over your health and taking deliberate steps toward a future filled with strength, vitality, and peace of mind. Ways families can support their elderly loved ones. Supporting elderly family members who are at risk of mini-strokes requires not just practical assistance, but deep emotional commitment, understanding, and proactive involvement in their daily care. As loved ones age, the impact of their physical and cognitive changes can be overwhelming, both for them and their families. But with unwavering compassion, patience, and keen attention to detail, families can make a world of difference in their well-being. Family members stand at the forefront, acting as both guardians and advocates, playing an essential role in preventing and detecting early signs of mini-strokes, and empowering their elderly relatives to lead healthier lives. Creating a nurturing and supportive environment is key. It begins with helping elderly relatives establish and maintain healthy routines that promote overall wellness and minimize health risks. Medication management. Managing medications for elderly loved ones can be a daunting task, but it is a critical element in preventing strokes. Families can make the process easier by organizing pills in easy-to-use containers, ensuring they are always taken on time. Setting up gentle reminders, whether through phone alarms, written notes, or even a simple visual chart, can help ensure medications are never missed. This small but significant action helps maintain consistent treatment and prevents potentially life-threatening issues from slipping through the cracks. Daily walks. The importance of daily movement cannot be overstated. Taking walks together not only encourages physical activity but also strengthens the bond between family members. Regular walks offer an opportunity to monitor changes in mobility, as well as provide gentle reminders for the elderly loved one to stay active. These walks provide not only health benefits but also emotional ones, allowing for meaningful time together, which can lift spirits and foster deeper connections. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Nutritious meals. Proper nutrition plays a fundamental role in maintaining heart health and lowering stroke risks. Families can join forces to plan and prepare meals that are heart-healthy and nutrient-dense. These meals can be both delicious and healing, offering a sense of comfort while reducing the risks associated with a poor diet. Involving elderly relatives in meal planning, when possible, can give them a sense of agency and participation, reinforcing their dignity and ensuring they feel valued. Recognizing the warning signs of mini-strokes. Family members, more than anyone else, are often the first to notice subtle changes in their loved one's behavior, abilities, or health. Whether it's a fleeting moment of confusion, slight speech disturbances, or brief episodes of weakness, these early warning signs can easily be overlooked or dismissed by the elderly person. That's why it's so crucial for family caregivers to remain vigilant and proactive. By being attuned to these changes, families can ensure their loved ones receive the necessary medical attention as soon as symptoms appear. This early intervention can be the difference between life and death, and it underscores the incredible power of awareness and care. Transportation support. As elderly loved ones navigate their health journey, ensuring they receive regular medical checkups and treatments is paramount. Transportation plays a crucial role in making sure they attend medical appointments and receive necessary care. During these visits, family members can step in to communicate concerns to healthcare providers, ensure their relatives' needs are fully addressed, and assist in understanding complex medical instructions. Taking notes on treatments and test results, or even keeping a simple health diary, can help family members keep track of their loved one's progress and ensure nothing is overlooked. This shared responsibility not only improves the quality of care but also alleviates the stress that often accompanies medical uncertainties. Building a supportive network. Caring for an elderly family member is a team effort that requires not just physical assistance, but emotional support as well. By sharing caregiving responsibilities among multiple family members, the burden on any one person is lightened, and the care remains consistent and comprehensive. Holding regular family meetings to discuss care plans, share observations on health changes, and coordinate schedules ensures that everyone is on the same page. This teamwork approach not only promotes a more efficient care routine but also fosters a sense of unity and support, helping families avoid the dangerous pitfall of caregiver burnout. Every family member has something valuable to contribute, and by working together, they can ensure that their elderly loved ones feel safe, loved, and supported at all times. Through collective care, open communication, and unwavering commitment, families can create an environment where their elderly loved ones can thrive, enjoying greater health, comfort, and dignity. In doing so, they not only protect their relatives from the risks associated with mini-strokes but also show the deep love and respect that underpins every compassionate action they take. As we wrap up, I hope this video has helped you realize just how important your role can be in supporting elderly family members, especially when it comes to preventing and managing the risk of mini-strokes. We've discussed everything from medication management and daily walks to recognizing warning signs and building a strong support network. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned today that you're going to bring into practice in your own life? Maybe it's a small adjustment in how you care for your elderly relatives, or maybe it's just being more aware of the subtle changes in their health. Whatever it is, feel free to share in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your comments, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us create more valuable content for you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.